Good afternoon. It's a new week of daily vlogs. I've just been cooking, I'm filming in the kitchen. I've just made a version of puttanesca sauce, which I've just finished filming, and it's in the pan because I want to portion it and freeze it. Hold on, I'll show you. There we are, very rich sauce, puttanesca. That, believe it or not, is enough for about 6 to 8 portions of pasta. So I'm waiting for it to cool. We're going to have some for this evening, and the rest of it will be frozen. Very simple sauce, very simple. Olives, onion, garlic, plenty of fresh herbs, some dried herbs, and a couple of other bits and pieces, but watch the video. So yeah, I've been busy doing that this afternoon, and I'm about to start editing it to get it released because I want it out. Yeah, everything's good. Pulls out at the plot. What else is going on? Not much. Weather is really changeable, really changeable. Yesterday I wanted to go outside to do some tidying up, but we got a notification that there was a parcel arriving, so it's like, oh, I'm going to be in the garden when it arrives, and it was a big box. So I thought I'm going to have to stay indoors. So I did some cleaning, vacuuming, stuff like that. We had the leftover curry for dinner last night. Delicious. That curry is fantastic. It really is. As is this sauce. Yeah. Not much else to report, really. Just doing stuff. Filming when I can. Putting up with the noise from next door. Yesterday it was really, really loud. At one point I thought it was thunder, but it was a large vehicle with a big grabber that was picking up rubble, I guess, and chucking it into a big container. And every time it did the chuck in, the rumble it made felt like it was shaking the whole house. We've had this before with building work. You know, they don't think about the vibrations that occur. I think about, you know, cracks appearing and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not good. I don't think these houses are pretty strong. The houses in this area are mainly the sort of 2 up, 2 down style, which were built to last. There were very cheap Victorian houses made, which were 1 up, 1 down, very small dwellings with an outhouse at the back. They weren't built to last. They were built very cheaply, and if you look at history, and the majority, I think, of those have been demolished now. I would imagine that in another 100 to 150 years' time, all of these will be gone, I would have thought. Not sure whether they'll survive or it'll be some kind of living museum. Yeah. So anyhow, that's it. Nothing else to report at the moment. All good. What else? Anything? No. Pardon me. I've just been eating pasta sauce. Taste testing. Yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. We're on the road and we're on our way down to the Great Green Barn for tonight's event, which we're working the bar for. And it is I think we've mentioned before, the great-great-grandson of Charles Dickens, Gerald Dickens. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's very, very warm. Just close the windows in the car so I can do this piece. This is our local area. We're on Boston Road, and I don't know whether you can see, but that is our local tube station, Boston Manor, on the Piccadilly line. Beautiful old tube station. Yeah, it's going to take us probably about an hour and a half to get there. So I shall show you some bits and pieces of footage on the way. But it's a beautiful day, very warm. And as if by magic, we are in Surrey and about to arrive at Vanessa's. It's a beautiful day, very hot, certainly in the car, but beautifully green. Just absolutely lovely and lush. As you can see, I'm on stage, where I was always meant to be. Not really. I'm with Gerald Dickens. Thank you, Gerald, for agreeing to chat with me very briefly, because Gerald is preparing for tonight's show. What's the show called?
Well, it's called Mr. Dickens is Coming, which is really all about Charles Dickens, the theatrical man, not the author. Dickens loved theatre. He loved to perform. He built a theatre in his own house in London to mount stages. He did reading tours. So that's the side of Dickens that I'm fascinated in, and that's what this is all about.
So Gerald is the great-great-grandson of Charles Dickens. I know, incredible. And I have to confess, Gerald, I have never read a Dickens novel. Ever.
And you know, after tonight, we're going to have to put that right. You're going
I know.
you're going to have to sit there and say, "God, why have I never read this? I'm going to go straight home and read this."
I think I tried as a young child and thought, you know, I can be looking at my Bionic Man annual, thank you very much, you know. And my dad tried to get me to read, I think, A Christmas Carol, and I tried, but didn't get into it.
Yeah.
So one thing that I was thinking about your childhood, when did you sort of realise who you were related to?
Okay, well, but firstly, I was exactly the same. I hated Dickens as a child. I had to study Oliver Twist for O-level, as it was then. Never even finished the book. Hated it. It meant nothing to me. And even then, my background had always been theatre. And in my mind, that didn't tie together at all. So Dickens, I was forgetting. It had nothing to do with it. Theatre was what I wanted to do. I was always aware, because my father was a massive Dickens fan, expert. He was always giving speeches. He was always writing articles, giving papers. So the house was full of Dickensiana. There were reference books all over the place, and he was writing notes. And so you could never not be aware of it. But Dad was so good in that he never pressured any of us. He never forced Dickens on any of us. He said, just do your own thing. It's fine. Just do whatever you want to do in life. Just do it well, do it your best, and that'll be fine. And he would pause, and then he'd say with a little twinkle in his eye, Dickens will get you one day, you know. And he was right, it has, all of us. But to me, what was fascinating was the moment I discovered that Dickens loved theatre. Yeah. And that was the connection. Not the novels, not the books. It was his performing.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. So I guess at some point the penny dropped and you realised that this is what you want to pursue.
Yeah. Well, the idea to perform this wasn't mine. It happened in 1993, which was 150 years of A Christmas Carol being published. Okay. And somebody who was raising money for a local charity came to me and said, look, this is too good an opportunity to miss. It's the 150th anniversary, lots of publicity, you're an actor, Charles Dickens did dramatised readings of A Christmas Carol, can't we tie all this together? Can't you do an evening performance of A Christmas Carol for us? And I really didn't want to do it. It had no interest in me at all. But because it was a charity event, and she'd asked very nicely, all right, I'll take it on. And as soon as I started working on it, the characters and the emotion and the atmosphere that he built in, it suddenly made sense. It all became real.
And it came alive.
This is too good an opportunity to miss. Wow. And that's where it started. And the real connection with me started about 10 years before that, in 1980, when the Royal Shakespeare Company were staging a theatrical adaptation of Nicholas Nickleby, which lasted for 8 hours. You saw it in 2 chunks. You went for a matinee, and then you went out for dinner, and then you came for the evening performance, or you could do it in successive weeks, or whatever it was. And we, the Dickens family, were invited to go and see it en masse on New Year's Eve, 1980, presumably because everybody else was doing sensible things like partying and rolling around in gutters in the streets or whatever. But anyway, I just didn't want to do that. I was, how old was I? I was 18, 19, something like that. I didn't want to be in a theatre watching 8 hours of Dickens. So we went, and I was very grumpy and teenagery and all the rest of it. And as soon as it started, it suddenly made sense. This is fantastic. What a story. And that's when it really started to click.
Well, maybe I will set a goal of reading a Dickens novel.
Yes.
Do it, Richard. Gerald, thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the show.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and it's kind of a day off. Kind of. So let's just rewind. Yesterday was Saturday. Sorry, I'm not fully awake yet. We went out last night, so we went to the Great Green Barn to watch Gerald Dickens, the great-great-grandson of Charles Dickens, do 2 shows in one evening. The first show was kind of all about Charles Dickens and his theatrical beginnings, because he was actually, his passion was acting and performing. So that was interesting, all about his life. And then there was an interval, and then he did a play called Dr. Marigold, which was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, quite moving in places. But we got back really late. And think went to bed around midnight. I mean, a few of you were starting to comment on Sunday chat, and I was getting back to you. I think it was MJ that said, "Are you guys still up?" Went to bed shortly after that. So I'm a bit, a little bit out of it, to be honest. I've not had a coffee yet. But will do shortly. But I need to get some editing done. When we go to the Great Green Barn to an event, we're kind of working and supporting Vanessa. So last night, I was doing the door. It's not my first time at the rodeo in terms of doing doors. I've done quite a few doors and, things like that in terms of ticketing and, front of house. I've done a few bits and pieces over the years. And obviously I was in theatre ticketing. I did a couple of jobs in theatre ticketing at Ticketmaster. So I'm familiar with box office work and all of that. So, I was doing the door, meeting and greeting people, which of course I did also, in nearly 18 years as a receptionist, so it's my forte. So I really enjoyed doing that, and did a little bit of bar work with Paul as well, a little bit of tidying up, bits and pieces as you do, which was super fun. So what was I saying? I've lost my thread. So you're pushed for time. That's what I was kind of getting to. We arrived around 5. Gerald arrived around 5:30. We helped him unpack his car, all of his props, which include, things like tables, stools, chair, hat stand, costumes, all of that. So we helped bring that in. Then they had to sort out all the lighting cues with Anton, who mans the lighting desk. And that's the priority, to get all of those things sorted first. And then we had a little time before Gerald needed to have something to eat and get ready. So we had a little smidgen of time to just do a very quick interview. So it was a great evening, really good show, really interesting to meet him. Yeah. So yeah, feeling a little one this morning, a little tired. It always throws me off when we do an event at the Great Green Barn, because we're always back very late and it's usually a fairly long drive, albeit quicker than going there because there's less traffic on the motorways. Plus, we were diverted last night because there was a road closure, and we spent a large proportion of the journey going through country lanes in Surrey. I said to Paul, lock the door, lock the door. Where are we? It was quite spooky. But I kind of like that. Plus, you know, Paul and I are both used to small country lanes. We grew up with small country lanes, driving through them at night very often. So it's, you know, not out of our comfort zone, but I don't do it very often. So yeah. What am I doing today? What am I doing today? What am I doing today? Editing, relaxing. We're going over to a friend's for dinner this evening, so that's good. We don't have to cook. I just also wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers who've recently joined. Many have come over from Vivi's channel, which is wonderful. Welcome, you're more than welcome here. I do hope we keep you entertained. I do. And there's plenty on offer here, so trawl through the playlists. There's loads of stuff. The cake, the brick as well, many of you enjoyed that. It's really good, especially the day after, because it's kind of softened a little bit. And it's wrapped in greaseproof paper, or parchment paper, and it's really lovely. I'm making it again, definitely, whenever we feel the need for a little fruit cake. I'm waffling now. It's sunny, bit cloudy. Temperature is slightly lower. Yesterday was really warm, beautiful actually. And it was a lovely evening. The sky, when the sun went down, after the event, we were outside the Great Green Barn, just looking at the sky and the moon and taking a few snaps. Yeah, it was a lovely day yesterday. So today's a little breezy again. What is it with this breeze? I assume the warmer the atmosphere gets, the more turbulent it becomes. So we are getting quite a lot of breezes at the moment. But yeah, all good. All good. I probably won't see you again today unless I decide to do some cookery. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Take care.
Do you like it?
morning. It's Monday. I've just eaten breakfast, so I've still got a few bits of bran in my teeth. I should have waited. Should have cleaned my teeth. Disgusting. Yeah, Monday morning. Beautiful morning. Lovely. Blue skies, gentle breeze. Feels as though it may be a warmish day, but I think it's forecast to get a little bit cooler. Paul's just popped out to Lidl to get a few bits and pieces, as he does every week. I think he enjoys going to Lidl. However, our local Lidl our local Lidl is closing for a refit. Which means the nearest one is West Ealing, which is a bit of a walk. Well, I mean, how long a walk is it? 15, 20 minutes as opposed to 5 minutes. And West Ealing is pretty busy. It's a busy area. But there is a new one opened in Brentford. So it may be that Paul decides to drive to Brentford, but the reason he goes on a Monday morning first thing is he goes for the quietest period. So yeah, people walking in the street, people going to school, people going to work. Poor you. I feel for you. I was there once. Shut up, Richard. So last night we went over to our friend's house for a meal, lovely meal. She made this lovely sort of casserole with soya chunks. She does her soya chunks so well. And when I say she does her chunks so well, who's that? The way she cooks them makes them really tender. I said, what's your secret? She said, I fry them off after I've soaked them. And I think that's the key. I may have to try an experiment. So it was lovely. We sat in the garden looking at the trees and the sky and playing with her singing bowl, which was lovely, giving each other a sound bath. So we really enjoyed that. That was quite fun. I've taken a few clips. If they're any good, I'll throw them in here. So that was lovely and nice to be outside, although it did get chilly quite quickly. So we did come indoors, which was fine. Yeah, I'm about to make some coffee. I think I'm going to make some barley coffee. Or maybe I'll do the Smoky Joes because I quite like that. Maybe I should save the barley coffee. But no, I need to use it, drink it, enjoy it. Enjoy all of the coffee. The Sumatran is particularly good as well. Thank you, you guys. You're too generous. Honestly, we feel very spoiled by some of you guys sending us stuff. It really is lovely. But we feel very spoiled. But you're really good because you get us stuff that we will use, which is really lovely. Thank you, Leonie. Thank you, Sharon. We feel humbled sometimes. We really do. Anywho, what's in store today? Well, as usual, Richard doesn't have a goal. The ex-life coach who can't set himself daily goals. I'm terrible. You're terrible, Muriel. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm editing, definitely. I'm possibly doing some cooking. Sorry. I should really have a drink and a cup I should forgot what I'm saying. I should really have a drink and clean my teeth before I come on camera, having eaten my all bran. That's what I was saying. Just keeping it real. yeah, don't know, gone off the thread now. Hey ho, yeah, editing, possibly cooking, definitely some housework, a little bit of gardening. I still haven't got out there and I need to water plants, so I just need to get on. Okay. God. No, I need to make coffee for when Paul gets back. See you in a bit. Okay. There we are. Oh, the smell. Cool. Good afternoon. We've just had lunch. Beautiful pasta dish. See the video here. I'm really enjoying making these different pasta dishes. So yeah, I'll have to check that at some point because pasta equals put weight on. Hey ho, we feel as though we need a good lunch sometimes, and today was no exception. Really nice. Spaghetti, gorgeous. So in other news, we've just had a visit from the tree surgeon. who's going to be doing a little bit of work in our back garden. So we're waiting for a quote. So we've just been chatting with him. That's all good. Tree work needs to be done when you have a woodland garden. And what else to report? Yeah, nothing else really. Busy morning, cookery, filming. Yeah, busy. I'm going to be going upstairs and doing some editing shortly to put this cookery video together. I'm sure you're going to love it. You've probably seen it by the time this one comes out. Yeah, I think that's all for today. I could probably do with an afternoon nap, I reckon, at some point. Why not? Ding dong. I'll see you later. Morning. It's Wednesday morning. Yesterday was a busy day. So I cooked a full vegan lunch and filmed it. And we enjoyed it very much. I spent the afternoon editing the footage because I didn't want it to be a sort of real-time video, and I didn't want to use two cameras because it consisted of 4 dishes. And I wanted to sort of get it actually done in real time, but film it at the same time and then edit it down so it wasn't too long to watch. So you're going to be seeing that tomorrow. I really enjoyed doing it, and the lunch was amazing. We really enjoyed it. Paul better not get used to having that every day. No, certainly not. So I'm looking forward to you seeing that. Today is an editing day because I had to finish off editing that this morning to really cut it down in size, because I don't want videos to be too lengthy for you to watch. There's a balance, I think. But also the whole point of doing that video as well, not the whole point, but one of the major parts of it was about planning and writing things down, which is something that is useful to do if you're cooking a big meal like a roast dinner or a Christmas lunch. It's good to plan how you're going to do it so things don't get burnt, and everything is served at the right time and it's all perfectly cooked. So I'm sort of giving you a little idea of how to do that as well. I'm about to make coffee, so I'm going to chat while I make coffee. Sumatran coffee today. I don't want to use all that Balinese coffee. The problem with the Balinese coffee is it is addictive. But this is lovely as well, so yeah, so it's a busy old time at the moment. We seem to be doing a lot and just getting on with it, you know. That's what you got to do, huh? Just get on with it. Okay. Oh, it's such a lovely smell. Okay. That will do. So while I'm waiting for the coffee, I just wanted to give you some progress reports on the basil. Look, the cuttings are doing beautifully. This one, the other day, I noticed was being eaten and it looked like slug damage. So I watered it well and then waited until the evening. and found the slug. So the slug was ejected outside, humanely of course. But yeah, delighted with these cuttings. I might pinch the centre out of this one to make it, I think they call it bifocate, because this one has got 2 stalks. But yeah, really, really, really pleased with those. The other update I wanted to give you is the peace lily seeds. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing, nada, not a sausage. I kept it well watered. The weather warmed up. Still nothing, so I think that's a fail. I think it is. So nothing much else to report really. I'm going to have my coffee. And I've stopped having sugar in my coffee because I've sort of remembered that actually really good coffee doesn't need anything other than the flavour and the aroma of the coffee itself. It's divine. So I'm going to have this, go upstairs, carry on editing, get this vlog out to you guys. I've just taken Paul his coffee. And I think the only other thing to say is welcome to all of you new people who've joined us recently. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you over here. Many of you have come from Vivi, which is great. We love Vivi's channel too. And yeah, I guess also to remind you new people that we do have a Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria, which is a private Facebook group. Answer the questions and you'll be let in. It's a really friendly, welcoming space, not like regular Facebook at all. We do have a Richard and Paul Facebook page too. We're on Instagram. And we've also got a Ko-fi page, a Ko-fi supporters page. All the links are in the description below. So join us. And there's also a Ko-fi shop with my photography as well, where you can do a digital download, really high quality photos. So have a browse. Even just having a browse of it is fun because I think the images are lovely. Even though I say so myself, but hey, got to blow your own trumpet sometimes. So enjoy the remainder of your week. I'll see you tomorrow for my cookathon. That's what it felt like. And I'll see you Friday for the live show. So thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'm going to enjoy my coffee now. Bye for now. Lovely.